Well, happy Monday. Today's stream, man, volatility is still really high. We didn't have a recap on Friday. I was trying to get a strategy video put out, but we have the recap video today. Volatility is still really high, and I'm having to learn kind of how I want to trade that and when I should be trading it. I think moving forward, we talk about it on the stream today, but moving forward, I really want to be kind of watching for maybe waiting an hour into IB, initial balance being set, before I start taking trades to kind of help with some of that volatility and, you know, finding better entries, which I've been kind of struggling with the last couple of days. I've always waited 15 minutes, and it's kind of the same idea, just even bigger because of the current volatility. So let's go and dive into the recap for today. Make sure you sit back, enjoy. These are happening on my live stream on my main channel, Trades by Matt, so make sure you go subscribe over there, and let's get into it. Yo! Good morning. Hope you're having a good day so far. It looks like we've had a somewhat interesting overnight session. Decent movement pretty much all night long. Saw the Discord chatting about it basically all night also, or at least like right off the open, everybody's like, wow, this is crazy movement. So looks like it was interesting. Looks like we had some news at 7:30. Let's check. Oh, no news. Just a nice little sell-off off of the little topper, I guess. 60 down to 80 point little slap in the last, hour or so. Don't see any news though on the session or before. So no news. VWAP open. Hopefully we didn't run out all our juice on the overnight session, huh? All right, so this is what the daily looks like. Massive slaps, yes, last week. We have not yet popped this high. We kind of made an attempt on the overnight up to 360 or whatever. It looks like it's at right around 390, 400 or so. It'll be very interesting to see if we just continue to slap down into, prior opens like 19K or not. We are sitting on some volume up here as well. 280s to 300. So we got some volume that we're very close to. If we do decide to make another push, then I would imagine that we sweep 400. The big question is how aggressive do we get? And it's not really a news day, so it's hard to say. But, pushes to the upside, you're watching 640s. 600, 640s, I think are very interesting spots. If it's going to do it, but I just don't think it's going to personally. Everything is very heavy right now, and we should be playing it accordingly, right? It looks like a VWAP open in the next 40 seconds. VWAP opens are typically pretty flat and boring. We got overnight highs at 360, which we just talked about. Overnight lows down at 160. So a little over 100 points lower. Yesterday's value area high and pointing control right there as well in the 20-point range. So the 170s are a pretty interesting spot. Where is yesterday's close at? Yesterday's close there as well. So yesterday's close, the overnight lows, yesterday's pointing control, or Friday's pointing control, Friday's value area high, all within a 20-point range down to the 190s. If we get down there again, kind of think we do. It's, there's a lot of action down there. So that'll be interesting. Markets are open. Oops. A little premature. Those are interesting spots for me down there. We sweep the overnight lows, watching value area low at 1980s. But if we're going to rotate 1980s, then I think we do what I talked about just a second ago and just rotate, prior opens at 1900 or 19,000, excuse me. So yeah, it's kind of the daily plan and the areas that I'm watching for. It's hard for me to not be just looking for downside targets when everything is heavy. So let's see what happens. It's going to be a good week. Make sure you press the thumbs up button down below if you haven't yet. Volatility is good. Did you take a trade on this? No, I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I like to let things kind of wiggle out and do what they need to do. It helps me get like a pace of play. Is kind of the phrase that I like to use for it. Just to kind of figure out what's, how aggressive are we going to be? Like this was a true VWAP open and we just slapped 70 points out of it. So that's fairly aggressive. I feel like we've kind of gone a long period of time without any news. Do y'all agree with that? I feel like it hasn't, we just have not been very news forward. At least last week. And this week, I guess we have jolts this week. Jobless claim 730, ISIM. Okay, so this week is going to be a little better. NFP is on August 2nd. That's the Friday. Okay, so this week will be a little bit more exciting. Wait, it's FOMC too? Did I miss that? I think it is. The last Wednesday of the month, huh? FOMC statement, yep. Oh, this is not. Oh, yeah, there it is. Press conference. Perfect. Yeah, last Wednesday of the month. Nice. So, okay, this will be a fun week. It might be really a snooze fest for the first day, 2 days, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to be. All right, it's lit. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. Well done. Thank you for the 420 thumbs up. Cheers. June 29th, July 29th. Monday. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? HDMI. I think that one's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. That's like it's just that's low hanging fruit, just an easy dad joke. HDMI. That's like everything a dad joke should be. You don't really have to think about it too much. Everyone pretty much knows it. Pretty solid. For ripping. All right, chat. I got something I got to show you. Something I've been working on. Something I've been working on. Books by Matt, chapter 1. Good luck. Be fast. May the free account gods be in your favor. Gotta hurry. Free account any size on Rhythmic if you got it. I feel like that. Yeah, feeling pretty proud on that one. I thought of that just 2 seconds ago. I was like, how should I deliver this? How should I deliver this code? Books by Matt. I should have like typed up an actual paragraph and thrown it in there. Alrighty, I'm 4 minutes till I'm green. 3 minutes till I'm green lighted to trade. Congrats if you got the Rhythmic account. Everything this week will be Rhythmic accounts. No Trade Evade accounts. Sorry to the Trade Evade boys out there, but I'm a Rhythmic guy. I know of a few people who have taken the free accounts that I've given out over the last 7 months, 8 months almost, who have taken them all the way to payouts. So from free to payouts. And I want to encourage you, if you got an account or if you get one later in the week, to not just YOLO it, but to take it seriously. Because people have taken free and gotten paid out of it. And I would like to see more people do that. I think that's like, to me, that's like a very cool and exciting thing. So please do that. All right, pushing the overnight highs here any second. Looks good for it. Like, 6 points higher. 10 points higher almost. Got the buyers kind of stepping up. I mean, a retest here, like, to me, that's a pretty decent trade. Could also be considered a cheap short. Could also be considered a cheap short up here. But I just don't trust that as much. To me, we pushed the highs here. So, like, I don't like the idea of a cheap short. I'm just saying it technically is. I like the idea of flushing the highs. But we have Delta, like, lagging a little bit. There we go. Kind of did it a little bit on that push, but nothing crazy. It's been a good 140 point, 150 point off the lows. Doesn't even feel like that. That's the crazy part, man. The crazy part with these, like, recently, is just like the 150 points just doesn't feel like it at all. I got like a little bit of buyers trying to push up. I feel like this test of here, like this wick here at 30 is gonna kind of be interesting, but I don't know. I'm really only interested if it does it this candle. If we snap the range, which right now we're holding 40. Red line algo. First time starting to see some sellers. There's the wick. I would have just gotten filled. Let's see what will have happened. Let's see, I would need 39 to trade in order to be dandy here. I don't like the sellers that came in off of this push of 48. That's what spooked me out. 29. I would have taken already 10 points of drawdown. Oh gosh, yeah. I'm glad I didn't take the trade. This is a wick test. Buyers look good. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get the fill, to be perfectly honest. But this is a true wick test. Pushing new highs. No fill on the wick test. Not terribly shocking there. Once we go up to target, going back down for the fill, I don't like. We got volume up here now at 50 as well. And some sellers. I mean, okay, so here's the wick test, right? I mean, that was a very clean 10 points. It was an immediate 10 points, but it's like, how do you comfortably buy that with that going on? I don't know. I just don't think that's I don't think it's a very smart play. Not for me. If you took it, great, good for you, right? But like, I just don't think that I can, with a clear head, buy something that just got slapped and is back inside the range and is still getting slapped. Like, maybe we see what happens at the 20s again, right? At 20 or at VWAP for that matter. Hello, slaps. 300 in VWAP, interesting. We kind of hold the channel here, right? At 300. something like that. And then VWAP is 4 points lower. Red line algo again, I guess. Tough. Just not happening. Griff, I think Delta's actually very telling today. I said when I said Delta's bad, I mean like we're literally like it's heavy, it's selling off. I think Delta's actually very good today, specifically. This is the trend line for the memers out there. The little wick line. All right. There's VWAP. I can't bring myself to buy VWAP here yet, unless we see some more action. Value area low and 80s, I like. I mean, the VWAP buy is good for 10 points, so that's sick, right? Looks like there's a lot of 10-point opportunities so far. Like even that little kick up was like a great little test of the prior swing low at 07. Dude, we have like no size on the books like at all, really. Like a couple 20s. Kind of crazy. A few 20s and like 130, but like nothing. It's all just threes. Couple 20s to the downside. Got volume here now at 300. All right, I'm in. In an 80 value area low. Looking for a retest of the prior range. I have to figure out how to give it more room. That's the problem right now, man. Just it's like a gross trade. I've been so focused on $400 a day. Like I have a really hard time wanting to give it more than $400 or $500 on a day, but I have to right now. By the way, I like the bid up right here too, which is the worst part. Like I think I could just snap long and literally go back to break even. But that's like, I just got to figure out how to give it the wiggle room, man. Cause that trade 3 months ago is fine because that's a 10-point drawdown trade, not a 25-point drawdown trade. And like there's a snap long, we're just gonna go right back to VWAP. It's just very hard to give it the extra room. Like I don't want to give it more than 25 points. Could potentially get away with literally forcing myself to wait the first hour, which is kind of trash, but truly waiting for IB could be the play. I don't know. Gotta figure it out. I got to adapt to the volatility and I am not there yet. Having a hard time. I don't know what other word to use, but do you have any feeling that another run that great is impossible or far-fetched? No. Q1 is, I don't know. There's something about Q1 that I have had a very good run in Q1 across. 1 year it was crypto, 1 year it was meme mania. This year was futures. It happens every Q1 for me for some reason. I think I do in the back of my mind have that it's far-fetched for summer. I think there is some self-fulfilling prophecy in there, I think. Just because historically summer has always sucked for me, just straight up. It's always been very challenging for me to trade summers. And I think that it does live rent-free in my head a little bit, Gary, in that perspective. That being said, I do not think it's far-fetched for a fall-winter run of very similar proportions, in my opinion. That's kind of what's been living rent-free in my head.